What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Footy Gents. I am your host, Gent. Today, I am with Parsa, Amirali, and Sultan. How's it going, boys?
Pretty good.
So today we are going to be compiling a list of our top 10 transfers. Each of us have a different list. What we've done is we've combined them into a point system. Let's say whoever you have number 1, he gets 10 points. Whoever you have number 10, he gets 1 point. The one player with the most amount of points is considered by us the best transfer this window. We have combined 24 players in total. Okay. Now, we have a couple of spots that are joints, 3 players in 8. So what that means is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 3 players in 8, that's technically our top 10, if you see what I mean. Mm-hmm. And then the rest is basically out of our top 10 list, but we will be discussing them a little bit as well, okay? Let's start off. With 1 point, we have Onana and Endrick, okay? I was the only one that had Amadou Onana, and Endrick, Sultan was the only one who had Endrick. So we both had those players in 10th. Fairly quickly, Onana, I think he's going to be a good signing for Aston Villa, especially with the loss of Douglas Luiz. I think the price was decent for him as well. He started off the season pretty well. I think he has like 2 goals or something like that already. 10th for me, pretty straightforward. And then why did you have your star boy in 10th?
So I got Endrick at 10th. Like the formula Real Madrid has been doing. They signed top talents from Brazil for, you could say, hefty amounts. 50 million, around 50 million is hefty for a 17-year-old. They paid for him at the time. But, his potential and what he's done in Brazil, like he came to Real Madrid more successful than Vini and Rodrigo. I think it's worth it in the long run. And, 4 minutes played in La Liga within his debut and he already scored. I had my boy at number 10, had to slide him in there somehow.
Have to get a mention, eh?
That's all it is.
Above them with 2 points, we have Michael Olise. I was the only one that had Michael Olise. I had him at 9th. I just think he's a super talented player. I think he's going to have a good season at Bayern. Decent price. I think Bayern is going to have overall a pretty good season. So that's why I had Michael Olise in at 9th for me.
Good pick, bro. Him and Musiala there. It's insane, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. 3 points. We have the Aura man, Riccardo Calafiori. Amirali is the only one that had Calafiori. He had him in at 8th.
I had him pretty low on my list. I don't think he's going to change everything at Arsenal. I think he's walking into a pretty solid defense at Arsenal, but he's still quite young. I think he still has a lot to develop, but he's 22. Had a really good season last year, but
man just has a crush on him, bro.
I was about to say, does it have to do with his looks or anything like that, bro?
The black and white flicks.
No, I just have a good feeling with
Did they actually need? Because they had Timber, they got Tony.
Yeah, Timber just came back after like a year injury, but
I thought about him as well, but the only thing is, I don't really know if they needed him, to be honest, because Timber's coming back as well. But fair price though. Fair price.
I think the price was fair, right? Like,
is all best Italian talent in terms of defender. Like if you're not counting like Bastoni, kind of feels like sometimes Pep does like Arteta like gets players to kind of like almost like copy.
We said that about Havertz as well, and he had a pretty decent season.
But yeah, we don't know. Honestly, like I'm interested to seeing if he's gonna play in the center back, if he's gonna rotate onto the left
for different tactical reasons. Yeah, makes sense.
We'll see what Arteta does.
So next up we have Delict with 4 points. All right.
Come on, yo, there's no way. Look, man. Look,
let me say who had him first, bro, before you go on your little rant. All right, so Parsa had him at 7.
Okay.
Parsa had him at 7. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, Parsa's the only one that had him at 7.
I just looked it up just to make sure. 45 million euros plus 5 million add-ons, right? We can all agree that this for like his market value for his age. I think he just turned 25. 50 mil, bro, for this guy that cost these guys like 77 million. I think Juve paid or someone like Bayern or someone, they paid like 77 million.
Originally, someone paid like 80 mil. I think it was Juve.
Bro, like I still consider him a great talent. Like he's been playing under a new coach for the last few years. He hasn't really had a chance to shine, but we've seen his potential. The reason I put him there is because we're playing with Maguire and Johnny Evans in the back. Okay, his impact is going to be immediate. I think he's going to be a good partnership next to Martinez. Honestly, like I'm saying this right now after the 3-0 loss, so it doesn't sound good. But I genuinely believe it because we really need to replace Maguire. Evans is going.
He could have popped in my top 10 as well. The only thing for me is the injury history that he has. Like, it's a good signing. I'm sure a few of us probably had them in like our potential list. The thing that I noticed as well, like it was very difficult to make a top 10. There were so many signings that could have been in there. So next up, 5 points. We have 2 players that are joint. One of them is Moussa Diaby, and the other one is Lukaku. So Diaby, Sultan had Diaby in at 6th, and then I had Lukaku in at 6th. Sultan, I'll let you start off with Diaby.
I wanted to have one Saudi League transfer in my list. First
Okay.
of all, I know it's a big signing fee, but
Yep.
I know we talked about Saudi League being like a retirement league. This guy is 25 years old. Not just him, like they had a lot of players come in like in their prime. Basically, you have like Ivan Toney, like Hossam Aouar, as well as Simakan from Leipzig, who's a great defender in the Bundesliga. But the reason I picked Diaby specifically is that he came from the Premier League, considered the best league in the world. It shows like I know the money's there and that's a big factor, but it's still a good move for the league itself. And maybe emotional biases from me. I think that's a good move for them.
I'm
That's
curious,
why I had him in there.
is that brother a Muslim?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like majority of these French mans that they recruit, they're
Hey, man,
majority
hey,
of them Muslims as well. So it's either
man,
a Muslim man or a 30-year-old man.
We're helping man's indirectly. Ivan Toney is not a Muslim. You know, betting's
Yeah,
illegal in
that's
Saudi
true.
Arabia. It's gonna help him. You know,
He's gonna leave in 3 months, bro.
but yeah,
Yep.
that's why Diaby's a great talent, man. Like,
Okay, and then Lukaku, I had him at 6, 30 million fee for him. Even in the previous episode where we talked about the different leagues, I had Lukaku potentially being up there with top goal scorer in Serie A, along with Lautaro Martinez. I think he's going to have a very good season with Conte. They're proven to be like a good duo.
Yeah.
And in my previous predictions, I had Napoli finishing in 3rd. And Lukaku would be a big reason for that. So that's why I had him, man. And you already had a goal.
An important goal. It drew.
Last minute goal or something like that, or draw. Yeah. And then they got the winner as well. Yeah. So yeah,
he's just shit for United, bro. That's it.
he's shit for United and Chelsea. He loves Italy, I guess. He doesn't like England at all. Actually, no, he was good at Everton. But anyways,
That's OG.
West Brom as well. Didn't he play for West Brom as well?
he did. Yeah,
before
That's where he broke out, and he scored like Sir Alex's last game. I remember this.
yeah, he scored a hat trick that game, I think.
That's crazy. That's so disrespectful, bro.
But it's a 5-5 draw. So
and now he can barely touch a ball. Anyways,
5-5 dropper. Who were the defenders that game?
Phil Jones,
Johnny
and
Evans.
Johnny Evans.
The hell is that, bro? 5-5 draw?
Longevity. Yeah.
Anyways, next up, we have 3 mans that are joint for 6 points, okay? So one of them is Mikel Merino. The other one is the Pitbull, Ugarte. And then we have Solanke. Merino, Parsa had Merino in at 5th. Ugarte, Parsa had him at 10th. Amirali had him at 6th. Solanke, Amirali had him at 5th. So I'll start off Merino with you, Parsa. Why'd you have Mikel Merino in there?
I mean, we all just saw his performance in Spain. He's really versatile too. I mean, he can play in different positions, and I think versatility is really important for these top clubs when you're having people playing the mid. For the price, I think it's a bargain. I think it's going to be crucial for Arsenal's ability to be able to compete with Man City for the first place. Arsenal's really hungry right now for getting titles. This year, they need to get a title. They need to get some trophy. I really think so. This man is 27, 28. He's at the peak of his career. He's going to come and he's guaranteed to give you results. So I think for Arsenal, that was it was a great signing.
Ugarte, only the United mans had him in there. Do you think he's an upgrade to Casemiro, or?
He's not that kind of like flashy player. He's not gonna, come in and dribble and like, I don't know, make those crazy passes, but he's very solid.
So do you think he would solve all the issues in your midfield?
Not all the issues, but like I think he's the right type of signing.
Like that's the thing. I think it's the right signing, and I think hopefully Eric Ten Hag is just never heard of again in like a few months. But whoever after, it's like I'm
gonna talk about that.
Just never heard of.
We're a team that signs dead weight. The next manager comes. And when the next manager comes, it's a cycle of this manager trying to get rid of that person's dead weight. They can't perform, and then they go, and then the next one comes, and it's dead. And it's a cycle of cleaning up the other person's mess. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to actually build something for the team. I think that we're doing the right thing. That not if, but hopefully this guy leaves, this bald guy needs to leave.
Okay? That's why you bring people above the manager, right? That's
exactly. When the next person comes, he's like, okay, I don't have dead weight. I don't have Casemiro, who's like the only person that's standing up for this guy right now is his wife. Like, I don't have. I'm serious, man. This guy is horrible. Like these 2 mistakes were just disgusting, man. We paid 70 million for this guy. Like
that's crazy.
He's laughing in our face right now for 70 million.
Thank you.
He's a traditional CDM. He's good, but as you saw in the game, he needs to be good on the ball as well, and I think that's something that he needs to work on. I think with some encouragement on the ball, he's going to be great on our team. But I mean, he's not going to solve it. The reason he's on my list is because we need a CDM man like Casemiro. He should not be coming on that field. Maybe like UCL rotations, Carabao Cup, some crap like that. We're not even UCL, bro. What am I saying? We're in bro. Whatever league we're in, we're playing what?
We have a Carabao game coming up in a a few weeks because we finished
Yeah,
so
bro.
low.
That's God's favorite cup. I don't want to see this guy against top 6 teams anymore. He doesn't have the legs for it, bro. He cannot keep up with that.
Yeah.
The intensity against the top 6 teams is different, bro. We know this. Casemiro's always, his position is always off. Like,
Yeah.
it's not at that level anymore. I'm sorry. Like,
Scenes when you guys buy Modric next year for 60 million.
bro,
But anyways, Solanke, Amaral, you're the only one who has Solanke.
I think Spurs, aside from so they're doing very good business this year. I think it's really solid. I mean, they did pay pretty top dollar for him too.
I think he was overpaid. That's the only reason I didn't put him in my top 10.
Yeah,
I thought
same.
this dude, but like, let's be real, bro. Like, I was looking at the stats. I was like, let me dig into this. He had a great season last year, but before that, it's like 6, 7 goals.
Next up, we have 7 points. This is interesting. Only one man had this guy, Palhinha. Palhinha was 4th in Sultan's list.
Palhinha, I'm a big fan of this guy. Like coming from Fulham, from a big fee, I know, but it's a different profile than what Bayern Munich has been used to the past couple seasons. They haven't had like a really proper like defensive minded CDM. Palhinha in the Premier League, I believe, had I think first or second most balls recovered. He's gonna be like Bayern's most important signing in my opinion. He offers so much in that midfield. Like he's gonna give more attacking minded players more freedom to do their job. So that's why I had him there.
No, that's a great show. Then we have 3 players that are on 8 points. Dani Olmo, Xerxes, and Lenny Yoro. Dani Olmo, I had 5th. Sultan had the 9th as well. Originally, I said that I wasn't too sure in regards to why we bought him, but 2 games, 2 goals. That brother cooking so far, and he's had like great performances during that time as well. So I think he's gonna be good to even rotate with Pedri once everyone else is back. You know, not have Pedri playing 60 games a season again. So far, he seems great with Hansi Flick, perfect fit for the system. So I had him in at 6th.
Yeah, I had Olmo at 9th just because he offers like the midfield depth that Barca has been looking for, especially with their injury history. And he's had a great career like in the Bundesliga. Like he's won trophies with Leipzig, beating Bayern in finals. Like that's why I think he'll do great for Barca.
All right, Lenny Yoro, 8 points. Like I said, Sultan had him at 7th. Amarali had him at 7th. Just you two.
I think I had 3 United players in the top 10. That's obviously me being a little biased. He looked promising in France, you know. If that means less Johnny Evans on the pitch, I kind of take that, man.
Okay, and then I'll let you talk about Xerxes as well, since you're the only one that had him, and you had him in at 3rd.
Maybe 3rd is too high. But especially after yesterday, yeah, everybody's like on him after yesterday. Look,
When'd you make your list, though? When'd you make your list?
Look, he got us that only 3 points in the season. He had a bad game yesterday. I mean, everybody was saying he shouldn't be missing those.
Who could have a good game in that team, bro? What was that
That's a
like?
good point, though. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, Slot just came in and just broke down like Ten Hag's. Like,
yeah, I saw that.
bro, this guy's been in the league for like 3 games.
Well,
Who really thought that was good, like in the first place? Casemiro was freaking getting carried.
Casemiro's first
Like,
season for United was
Modric
crazy.
in that mid, bro. Like, let's relax. Okay, Casemiro was never that good. I think Casemiro was always overrated.
I mean, he was past his prime. That's the point, right?
And we
I
buy
love
him
this
past his prime,
conversation.
bro.
Keep it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
we buy him past his prime. We buy a player that's overrated. This guy has Kroos and Modric next to him, bro. Come on, let's be real.
But there's been seasons he's been
Especially
better.
attacking
There's been seasons he's been
Casemiro.
better. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't disrespect what this guy has done. Like,
Nah,
obviously,
bro,
last
like,
season
He
has been
just
shit,
saw
but,
an
like,
episode where he's bashing Casemiro.
dude, man, this is recency
Vegas
bias,
was
man.
telling
Like,
for this guy, he's like downhill. Like, even if you watch his like games, like
it's definitely downhill, yeah.
Without further ado, we're officially entering our top 10, okay? Like I said, we have 3 players that are joint 8th. They had 9 points. Xavi Simons, Chiesa, and Alvarez. Basically, Simons, only Parsa had him at 2nd. Chiesa, only Sultan had him at 2nd. And Alvarez, only Amarali had him at 2nd. So, why do you have Simons in there?
He's just like a generational talent, bro. And the fact that they have him on loan. If he went on a loan for the first time to Leipzig, and I couldn't predict how he's gonna perform, he'd be lower on my list. But we've seen him play in that team, and he's the heart of that team when it comes to creating chances, you know, building that attack. And the fact that they're able to renew a player that's proven on that team on a loan, I think it's a freaking bargain. I think he was deserving of that spot in terms of value for immediate impact and also potential.
Sultan, what's Spaghetti Mafia, is it, for Chiesa?
Spaghetti Mafia, yeah. Obviously, like the past 2 seasons for Chiesa has been very underwhelming. Like with recovering from, I think, an ACL injury, and statistically he wasn't really the best. But I just think it's such a low risk, high reward signing for Liverpool. It's like 12 to 13 million for a 26-year-old that's already proven he can compete at the biggest stage. You know, he had a crazy Euro in 2021. Like, he's been an integral part of the Juve squad when healthy. I mean, for a player that's going to add depth to their attack and contribute, in my opinion, with goals and assists, that's why I had him so high on the list.
Value for money is probably like
Yeah,
top
that's
3 transfers this summer at least, or something
bargain,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
Amorali, you are the only one that
Yeah.
had
Alvarez.
Alvarez. Yeah,
For the record, I didn't put Javi just because I was only doing like permanent transfers, but
yeah.
I agree with everything Carson said. I mean, Alvarez was the most expensive signing this transfer window, right?
Why I didn't have him is I think they still overpaid for him for that
I think
price.
it's pretty
I agree.
expensive. That's credit to City, man. These guys do very good business in terms of like selling their players.
Yeah,
They get like
especially your
tough.
second striker as well, bro. It wasn't like your primary one. So
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. And I know he's already played a few games and he hasn't scored. Like I'm seeing memes about him like 007 and everything, but he's not there yet, but let's see what he does. But I think he will eventually come good going forward
yeah.
in the season. Atleti don't usually do these like big signings though, right? Like that was
I
No.
mean, Felix actually. He seems like he's gonna be a good fit for Atleti and Simeone, a pure hustler. In 7th place, from one Atletico Madrid man, we go to another one. With 11 points, we have Sorloth. I had Sorloth in at 7th, and Sultan had Sorloth at 3rd. All right, because you have him at 3rd, I'll let you
All right, all
kick
right.
it
I
off
know
with
we were just
Sorloth.
talking about Alvarez, but Sorloth, he's coming as a proven La Liga warrior. Like he was the top scorer
warrior.
last year, and he offers something that Simeone doesn't usually have, like that big target man, that big
Yeah,
presence in the box. They already have someone similar to like Julian Alvarez's like profile in Angel Correa, but Sorloth coming in with 24 goals scored last year in La Liga. Like he's
32
already
mil,
yeah,
decent
32
price as
mil,
well.
28, 29 years old, like in his prime. He's already contributing to the team. In my opinion, I feel like he'll be Atletico's best signing and he'll be more efficient to that team than Alvarez. That's why I feel like for Atletico, it's the perfect move.
Yeah, I completely agree with what everything Sultan said. I think he's like the profile that they didn't have, just a big target man. So when things aren't going your way, just whip it in, target man. I think he's going to have a big impact. And like Sultan said, might be a hot take, bigger impact than Alvarez. Griezmann, I think, is probably going to leave next year or something like that. So you could even run Alvarez in the Griezmann position and then Sarloth still. Already, 6th with 13 points. We have he who should not be named. We have Mason Greenwood in at 6. Okay, I'm gonna tread lightly, but I had Greenwood in at 8th, and then Parsons, the one who gave him the most points, he had him at 1st.
Did anyone else have him anywhere or no?
No,
Where did you have him at 8?
I had him at 8th. Yeah.
Oh, you're making me look bad now. I was expecting more people to have him. You guys don't have him?
Comment section, you know.
At first, it's crazy, bro.
So
Men's are thinking about the PR, bro.
no, but like honestly, like obviously speaking, like I hate him as a human. I do find it weird that he's touching a top 5 league. Like I'm serious. Like I think like
Yeah,
if he was playing in Saudi or something, like removed kind of like from the top 5 and how like there's a actual like sensitivity to media and fans contribute to what they want and what they don't want. I don't think it's right. It's not ethical. It's not even though he's like he's not guilty. He is guilty. We've seen the tapes. We've heard the audio.
yeah,
It's disgusting. I hate him as a person. The fact is he can play, and we have to judge him now, right? In terms of his
yeah.
performance. That's it. Let's not forget Benzema won a Ballon d'Or, and
He was doing whatever he was doing.
putting that aside, he's 22, 25 million. He came back after not playing for like a year. He went to Getafe, and he was good. He was scoring. He was scoring some bangers. And now he goes to Marseille under De Zerbi, who is very exciting to watch. And I think he's really going to thrive under his strategy. He has 5 goals in 3 games, I believe. That's insane. I genuinely believe that if the PR doesn't limit him, he can be the face of that league. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be top 3 goal scorers. And I think there's going to be a time in a few years where people do forget, and to the point, like obviously not everyone, but to the point that I think he might make a return to a big club again because money talks, right?
That could be a whole other topic. Why footy
Yeah.
players are fucked up, bro? Because there's so many that come to mind now.
There's a
But
lot, bro.
Yeah.
I don't respect him and I don't protect him and I'm not promoting him, okay? But I'm just saying
yeah.
a lot of messed up players, Ronaldo and like other people who there's stories of what they've done. But I'm just saying, performance-wise, 5 goals in 3 games, his potential is insane. He
Yeah.
is going to rip that league up. Again, like I said, putting everything else aside, just judging him for
Yeah.
skills on the field, and that's why I had him for first.
Yeah. No, I had him in the 7th as well. Fuck him as a person, but he was out for a year, and I thought because he was out for so long, and I don't think he was like training properly or anything like
Like
that. I thought
training by himself, I think.
I thought the skills would kind of go away. You know what I mean? But like, it took him a little bit of time when he was at Getafe, like a couple of months or something like that. But then he was
Yeah.
just back at it. Yeah, I had him in 7th. At the end of the day, in my opinion, it's Ligue 1 still, so it's not up there. It's probably biased as well because, like I said, I hate him as a person for what he did. So, but the talent is there. It was a cheap price because of everything that's happening with PR. So let us move on. In 5th place, 14 points, we have İlkay Gundogan. So Barca had him at 8th. Sultan did not have him.
I totally
What?
forgot about Gundogan, to be
You
honest.
didn't have, bro.
Amirali had him
I
at
was even
10th.
telling Gen I was putting him in. I totally forgot about him, but
Bro, there's no way you had Endrick who's gonna get 5 minutes. This guy's gonna be playing more GTA than being on the pitch, bro. And
bro, I honestly like there was so many to choose from.
Yeah.
It did pass my mind, but
he's Madrid, man.
I would slide him in there somehow. I mean,
Yeah, but-
Endrick, man, like he has so much potential, man. Like
Anyways, Amirali had a Gundogan at 10th, and then I had Gundogan at 1st. I'll kickstart it. Getting back your captain, one of the best CMs in the world still. Last year, I'm pretty sure he was number 1 in most chances created in the top 5 leagues. I don't know if he's going to be playing the same amount of time that he did before, but I do still think that like if they're in like a tough spot in certain games or anything like that, you bring him on or whatever, I think he's going to have a lot of clutch impact, like goals and assists or whatever. To get that for free, potentially like when your number 1 rival was trying to improve as well and get as close to you as possible, to get Gundogan on a free for me is just like I think it's the best business out there, bro. One of the best CMs in the world for literally free. Proven experience, a leader. Like they got Kovacic and what was it, Nunes to cover up for Gundo, and then they literally got him back for free after 1 year.
Yeah, no, I think I had him on 8th because I might be glazing for them now, but I think they would win the league without him still. And Kovacic is playing well. Rico is fitting into that team, man. He's playing great. Rodri's not even out, like, and Foden's not even playing, and these guys are still kicking ass. I think Gondo's going to be for free. It's a crazy bargain. He's 33, you know, he's old, but I think he's still proven. He's going to be solid. He's going to be huge in those big games, but I just didn't have him so high because I think that City still dominates that league.
Amirali, anything to add? Or
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with all of you. Yeah, like I don't think they needed him for the league. I think they were still gonna have the same amount of chance winning the league.
City, he's looking tired, bro.
So that's
He
why Gundo makes, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. I didn't really consider that. Now I would
think
move
about it,
him. I would actually move him higher up now if I consider that. But KDB doesn't look like the type of player to play every game anymore. You know, I would move him up higher actually because
Yeah, me too. Me too.
that type of like baller on your team, like going to like
he can play in any position in the midfield as well,
Anywhere, bro.
deeper, up, wherever you
CDs,
want.
yeah.
So
Which we have Man United.
Scholes said that, they need a Gundogan or whatever. He was like, they need Gundogan. Alrighty. 4th, we have 15 points. João Neves. Parsa had him at 3rd. Did not have him. Amirali had him at 4th. And I did not have him either. He was 11th for me. Parsa, you can go since you have him 3rd, I guess.
Benfica's like notorious for just like selling players for like 100 million. I thought he was going to be like a 100 million type of player because United was in the market for him. And I was like, okay, 100 million is a lot. We're getting like finesse, the norm for us. But I saw these guys get for 60 million, I think, around 60 million. I think he's a bargain for that price. I think he's already proven himself as a solid CM. I had the opportunity to actually, you know, see his games because we're doing this like 3-4 games into the leagues already. I think he has like 4 assists. He popped
Something
up.
like that.
It's a top 5 league. He's performing excellent. He's already got a spot. He looks like he's going to be starting in that spot in that team. And at that age, for that price, I think he is going to be. If Jude was doing what he was doing right now, the media would be going insane. Okay.
So Sultan's not liking you this episode. I can't lie.
So I just think he doesn't have the PR that, you know, that man has.
He has a very high potential. I do agree with that.
So
Like
I think he has an insane potential, and he's one to watch out for. I think he's gonna be amazing for that team. He's gonna be crucial for that team.
Amirali, anything else to add? Or
I think he's one of the most underrated signings actually this season. He's like good in attack and defense. Like I saw some.
He's like a Kobe, no? Mino, kind of. You know what I mean? Very well rounded overall.
It looks comfortable on the ball. Yeah, like good in dribbling, holding on to the ball, but also progressive, like carrying and all that, and defensive. Like he looks like he's good at everything. Looks like another player United would have. Every player looks.
He wants to buy everyone, bro.
You know, he would come to United and we would be talking about how he's bad because we just destroy everybody. But
you come to United, you sell him back for like 5 million or something, bro.
You know, so underrated. That's what I would say about it.
Very good talent, yeah. We are starting off with our podium now. So in 3rd place, with 17 points, we have Savio. I had Savio in at 4th. Barca had him in at 9th. Sultan had him in at 5th. And Amirali had him in at 9th. Sultan, do you want to talk about Savio a little bit since we've seen him in La Liga?
The season Savio had at Girona last year, man. What a baller, man. Like doing everything for that team, like goals, assists, creating chances.
I think it was 25 million plus like add-ons or something.
25 million?
Savio was 25 million euros.
It's 25 is
well, because it came from a City group team, that's why.
Right. And you know, like
okay.
Well,
So he's free.
Alvarez, and he's
Yeah.
already contributing to the team. He started. I know he's injured right now, but I believe he started most of the games this year. He'll be more impactful to that team than like someone like Jack Grealish, for example. He fits really well in Premier League and for City.
I'm so excited to see him, bro. Like he's a
Yeah,
rapid winger.
and
Like I love him, man. I love him.
It was one of the main reasons Girona made the Champions League. They finished
Yeah.
third last year just because of his contributions as well.
It's interesting because it kind of feels like Pep. I don't think maybe he does, but it feels like he's going back to like and like cut the bullshit. Just two beasts of wingers. You know what I mean? Like a Sane Sterling type of thing.
That's exactly why I had him on my list, is because, bro, that Grealish Pep ball when he's playing on the wings, bro, like I want to turn the TV off. Like I don't care if you win the UCL with it; it's just so boring. But
I agree.
Seeing Pep bring back these ballers like Dorku and Savio, bro, for that price, it's like I had to put him on my list, and I think he's just a joy to watch. I love having Brazilians in the Premier League. Yeah, no, for that price, even though there's some money laundering there for sure. And I hope they get relegated for that. But it's crazy. It's a crazy deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with basically what everyone said. He's a left-footed player. I think he plays on both, left and the right flank. He's just good at cutting in and crossing, and he was so fast. He was just like so agile. And when they first signed him, he came and said something like, "Oh, like ever since I was a kid, I've been a City fan or something." I'm like, "Come on, man."
That could be true. He's how old? 20, bro.
Yeah, but where was City when he was? I don't know.
Kid? Do the math. Yeah, do the math, bro.
No, he was too young. He said when I was like 6 or 7 or something like that. It was before like the
City's been relevant for like 12 years now or something like that, no?
I know you're
It
trying
was
to,
more than 12 years. It was more than 12 years for sure.
I know you're trying to forget about it, but it's been a long time that we've been shit, bro, and it's been a long
That's the thing.
Maybe.
Also,
but
I take back what I said about Brazil.
Hendrick is a different story with.
Hendrick existed longer than time.
Bro, Hendrick
Bro. Bobby Charlton highlights on
He's
YouTube
like
go
that,
crazy.
Bro, I take back what I said about Brazilians in the league. I like the Brazilians in the league as long as they don't play for United. It's like Anthony, bro.
Have we had a good Brazilian? What was the last time?
Can't remember.
Anderson, he's won a Champions League.
Pereira, Fred.
Fred was average, above average.
Anyways, all right. From Savio in second place with 19 points, we have Raheem the Dream Sterling. I had him in second. Parsa had him in fourth. Sultan had him in eighth, and Amirali did not have him.
I didn't put him
because he wasn't
permanent.
doing
loans, but
yeah, fair.
I don't disagree that he's in the list.
A lot of people were laughing initially when they were linked to Sterling. He's washed, blah, blah, blah, etc., etc. I think he's going to be impactful for Arsenal this season. He's proven. He has that hunger to prove people wrong as well now, I feel like. Even at Chelsea, I don't think he was completely garbage, even though what some people say. I think he's still pacey. He can still dribble. He can beat a man. I think he's going to do good. And I think Teta's going to kind of revive him a little bit. That's why I had him at second.
I'll make it fast, but like,
yeah.
Again, Arsenal needs to get a trophy. Like Arteta needs to get something. It's Eric Ten Hag. I know it's like Eric Ten Hag plays like crap. I know, but he just got a trophy, got the FA Cup, and it's kind of like if I was Arteta right now, I'd be like, look, I know these guys play like crap, and Arsenal actually plays nice, but you need to also get results. Like I said with Marino, they need to sign players that are proven and they can provide immediate results. And I think Sterling is someone that's extremely experienced. He's not washed, in my opinion. That Chelsea team last year was a mess. This year, it's a different story. There's actually a plan. And I think that they don't have the depth on the wings, Martinelli and Saka. One person gets injured. You have Trossard coming in, but they don't have a striker now for Havertz if he gets injured. They need that depth as well. So that's why I put him fourth on the list. For free, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Just to add to your guys' point, yeah, I mean, this is a guy that's used to like the biggest stages in England. He's played for like Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. Yeah, he's like Guardiola's top scoring player at City. Maybe Haaland's broke this record already. Yeah. And although like Chelsea was really, really bad last year, I thought he was all right.
Especially that game against City. Great game.
I feel like he'll do well there, and that attacking depth, he adds that, and he'll contribute for sure.
Do you guys think it's a sort of player that will like kind of get him over the line in terms of the league? Is that what you guys
potentially? I think that's why that's why I have him high. Originally, I thought Arsenal would win it regardless, but then they didn't get a striker, and City got Gundogan for free and everything, and that kind of changed my mind. But I think Sterling adds a little bit of firepower in there, and I think that he could push them over the line if they do eventually end up winning it.
Yeah, just don't think they're gonna win the league still. Like
you never know. We'll see. Now, first, as many of you can assume, it is Pau Victor from Barcelona. No, I'm just kidding. It is Kiki All right, Mbappe is number 1 with 33 points. I had him in at 3rd. Parsa had him in at 6th. Sultan 1st. And Morali 1st. Sultan, you can do the honors.
Kylian Mbappe, one of the world's best players, coming in with zero transfer fee. But I know they paid him a lot as signing bonus, which is not unusual for a big player. But keep this in mind. Mbappe also taking a massive pay cut in his wages. He's not breaking their books or anything like that. And at the end of the day, man, it's Kylian Mbappe, man. He's gonna do well there. He's gonna score. He's gonna contribute to the team's success, and you can't go wrong with that, man. Like he's been edging the fan base for a few years, but now that he's here, I feel like a lot of eyes will be on him for sure. Expectations are incredibly high. A player of his stature, being one of the best the past 5 to 8 years, I had him at first, and I feel like he deserves it.
Morali, you can continue. I'll let the first place man start off,
Sure,
and then
yeah,
we'll rip you guys apart.
Yeah, no, I mean, this signing has been in the making for 2 years now, so it was a
Bro,
little
5 years.
No,
This guy's been edging him for 5 years, bro.
just as a whole too, Mbappe aside. I mean, this whole transfer window wasn't the most exciting of recent times. I feel like there wasn't any crazy story. Mbappe is probably a reason for that because we just knew he was gonna come, right? And it did happen. It was free.
Fabrizio wouldn't let me sleep without
Fabrizio. Yeah, Fabrizio knew everything apparently. So I think it's fair to have him at 1. I think he just scored his first La Liga goals. I think yesterday, 2 goals. So. And people were on his case saying
007.
He's not gonna fit in. He's not gonna. I mean, he's gonna score his goals. He's gonna fit. I don't think he's gonna be. He's not gonna be a flop. Let's be honest. I'm not saying he's gonna be Cristiano.
Wait, what'd you say? He already won a trophy?
Yeah, the Super Cup.
That's the Community Shield of Europe, bro. Who cares about that? Don't worry about that.
It's a trophy. He scored on his debut. We're talking about it, man. It's not a Community Shield of Europe. That's crazy.
Nah, I'm just joking.
You have to win the Champions League to get there, man.
Obviously, judge him at the end of the season. Expectations are high. I'm expecting Champions League performances. I'm expecting La Liga. I'm expecting.
So do they have to win at least the double? Do they have to?
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I'm talking about his personal performance. If Real Madrid fail at the end of the day, then maybe there's other reasons.
Bro, but he's the elephant in the room if there's other reasons. I'm sorry.
But
you know what I mean?
There's a lot of other factors, as a transfer itself. Okay, I know you guys.
That bonus money but that bonus money that you signed 150 for, you could have reinforced your team in other positions, like a CB that you need, for example.
There was gonna, even if we signed him 2 years ago with the official offer, the 200 million offer, he was gonna get that signing bonus regardless. Big players get signing bonuses. I know it's on the very high end. It's a historic signing bonus. He's a global superstar, man. He's one of the most followed hype players around.
Exactly.
The globe.
So if you don't win the double, isn't that a failure?
Of course, it's the expectations are high.
So if he wins La Liga, you're gonna tell me it's a failure? Come on,
bro. Let's not start this. Before the season started, mans were gonna say that Madrid is gonna cakewalk that league. I don't want to hear it. Now mans are switching up.
I think the double should be a goal. The Copa, Del Rey, and the La Liga. UCL, I never include the UCL as a guaranteed thing because
especially with the new format, you never know now.
Last year, City was a superior team to all the teams. Still, they didn't win. It happens, right? But La Liga and Copa del Rey, they have no excuses, bro.
If he doesn't win the league, but he goes and banks 25 goals and whatever, so many assists, he's had a good season. Yeah, he didn't win the league. You can say Real Madrid didn't have a good season because they were so stacked.
That's crazy. So what's a good season for Mbappe at Madrid, realistically? How many goals, for example?
In all competitions?
All comps?
All comps, maybe, you guys are saying, without a double, it's a failed season. That's already elevates the expectations of the fan base and anyone watching Real Madrid football. Just having him on that team is historic, to say the least.
But did you need him?
No, I disagree.
No, because we won the Champions League literally last year.
So then how is it a good signing if you buy a player for that amount,
bro?
Because you don't really need Mbappe. He's still gonna make us better regardless.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Galacticos signing.
Ricardo Kaká was Ricardo Kaká when you guys bought him. What happened there? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't just
injuries. He was riddled with a lot of injuries.
Hazard was Hazard when you bought him.
Okay,
right?
Hazard had an ankle injury that kept. Also, Hazard was failed. Okay, Hazard was a failed signing. I can totally admit that. But his injuries didn't help him. That injury against PSG, and he was playing decent before that. Obviously, that ruined his confidence. And Hazard doesn't have that same mentality as someone like Mbappe. He's not. Even if you see interviews with other players, they always say Hazard's not very serious in training and stuff like that. But Mbappe is
bro. Look at
Coutinho,
bro. Look at how much money they spent on Coutinho, and they put him in a position that he didn't want to play.
This guy's a World Cup winner. He's one of the best in the world right now.
Coutinho was one of the best in the world when we got him. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, but this is a free agent signing.
It's not a free agent, bro. It's a bonus, bro.
It's
Sorry.
not,
Well,
bro.
forget the money. I mean, he's a great.
It wouldn't
value,
be.
so that is-
He would probably get a bonus regardless, but he's not gonna get 150 million bonus, bro. When you guys were paying 200 mil for
Yeah,
The
him.
bonus
there's no
was
way
going to
that
be
goes
there
from 20
regardless. It's
million, bro.
still technically a free transfer because we did not pay PSG anything for it.
I have a question for you, Erling Haaland. Are you the type of man that says Erling Haaland was 60 mil, or was he more?
Erling Haaland,
Yeah.
60 mil was a bargain for Erling Haaland.
Was he 60 mil though, according to you?
Kyle,
Kyle, you're saying no now, eh?
60
I'm not
million was his
arguing about
release
money,
clause.
bro.
He
I'm
didn't
just
say
trying to
that.
say
Yeah,
that
he didn't
60
say
mil was his release clause at the
Yeah.
time.
So he was a
including-
60 million transfer then, according to you.
Well, because they paid 60 million to buy his contract.
What about all the commissions and stuff like that?
Okay, but it's still
And
a 60 million
bonus.
transfer. Okay, they give him a bonus. I don't know how much he got. Probably not as much as Mbappe for 100% not. But still, man,
Damn,
it's still
that's crazy, bro.
You're signing Mbappe at 25 years old for 5 years. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong with that. He's gonna make Real Madrid better. So that's all that matters to me.
Bro.
Like if we need him or not, that's for debate. Like,
But
Real
if
Madrid is
so, wait.
successful.
So wait,
Will be successful with it.
but no, you said he will make Madrid better. But if you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
don't win the double, then how are you better with Kylian Mbappe than without him?
It doesn't matter. He's gonna contribute.
What do you mean?
Like,
No, it does matter, because if you bought a player and you guys aren't as successful as last year, then how has he made you better?
because the team it's not just one player. There's other.
But that's
parts
a
of the team.
superstar, though. You just said he's a superstar,
He's
right?
He's a superstar. He's gonna make your attack better, but like there's other factors that can contribute to the team's success. What if Mbappe gets an ACL injury or something like that? Like you never know.
This guy went for the worst one as well, right?
I just don't see how it can fail, man. I just don't see how that's not considered the best signing of the summer.
But
like,
weren't you thinking this exact same thing when you guys got Hazard, for example? That's what I'm saying.
of course, I was thinking that Hazard was an amazing player, bro. I was such a big fan of him.
My reasoning is,
But I can't predict the future. I'm saying
That's
right now.
yeah.
Like, right now, the season like
Then
or
how are
already
you
like
saying
four.
they're gonna be better with him, bro? If you can't predict the future, how are you saying they're gonna be better with him?
Because it's Kylian Mbappe, bro. Like he's
Nah,
proven
bro.
at the world stage.
Nah, you're rubbing off on your
Nah, nah.
teammate, I think, right now.
No,
brother.
no. Listen,
Yo.
man.
Okay, I see your perspective of
Yeah.
it's a free transfer. I understand it, okay? I think
Yeah,
sixth
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
No, I
strike.
agree.
Well, maybe fifth would have been better. Maybe it was a little harsh. But even if we say they paid 150 million and it wasn't a free transfer, 150 million for Mbappe is still market value price. I think it's good. But I don't think he was a signing that Madrid needed, bro. I think that they need a striker, and we know that Mbappe performs better when he plays with a proven striker. We've seen it in France. We saw it this year at Euros. We've seen it with PSG. They don't have a striker, bro. And we've seen their games. Sometimes mans are drifting on the left side, and it's just inshallah and just like throw it in and just someone dribbles in. I think Rodrigo could leave. We don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't see it working out. You had Osimhen on his knees begging to leave, and some other strikers last year. Maybe the best striker in the world, Harry Kane, who you could have gone, in my opinion, if you really pushed for it. You would have had the best team in the world with Harry Kane there, in my opinion. Harry Kane and Vinny and Rodrigo there is a
Harry
must.
Kane with those two runners, bro.
That is the perfect team, bro. That is the closest thing I can think of to the best trio attack in the last few years. You're banking on Mbappe being good in the future, but you already have young talent. You already have Vinny.
Mbappe is young as well. 25 years old.
No, yes. No, I'm saying you're saying
That
that
brother's losing his hair, bro. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
he's never had hair, bro. He's had the same haircut since
But
I
I'm
knew.
saying great value, but not necessary. And I think you could have done a lot more. And you just have Cruz leaving that mid. I think you could have bolstered your center back line. You could have bolstered your mid. But most importantly, you need a striker, man. This Ancelotti ball with no striker, I don't like it.
Don't forget who bailed you out against Bayern, with 2 goals. It wasn't an
Exactly.
Mbappe type of profile.
I know. Marcelo was a good loan signing, but Mbappe can play striker. Like he's played there last year with like.
He said on interviews, bro, that
But
I
even-
don't like
even-
playing
even-
strikers.
People shift around the field. Like both Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinny are all runners. They're like runners. They're gonna like notice their overlap, switch positions, like make
I
runs.
think they're
Like
assumptions, bro. Like you're banking on assumptions right now. I'm just banking on what we know.
And what
that's
we've
why-
seen so far as well in
What
La
we've seen
Liga.
so far. I feel like me and Gant are speaking on past performances and trends that we've seen with the way Mbappe has performed and the way he
Yours
likes
is
to
kind of
play.
like wishful thinking right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
You
It's
know
more
what I
like
mean?
Optimism and like you're
no, but it's
on
based
hard
on
shit.
like his history as a player and like what he's did for France and PSG and Monaco.
But for
and
France, he had a
Bayern.
Giroud.
Yeah, bro. He had
Yeah,
At
but,
PSG,
like-
he had Cavani.
Even like with the strike, Real Madrid can still like integrate him in the striker role. I feel like he can accommodate. He can Like,
Don't fix something that's not broken.
That's true. Yeah, that as well. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I'm personally like, I was like a big Joselu guy. I didn't like that he left. I wish he stayed as like a backup option.
That
Yeah.
man
Just
saved
like
you
what he
guys. That
did.
man got you a
That-
UCL, bro.
another thing that we haven't even mentioned, bro. Like you guys got Endrick. I feel like that interferes with his progress as well. You know what I
No,
mean?
Endrick
Like,
is just turned 18. Like, even like he's not gonna get so many minutes, but he's still gonna get minutes. He's still gonna
Yeah.
develop.
No,
Like
bro.
Vinny and Rodrigo both sides also
Bro,
at
that man
18.
wants minutes. You
Yeah,
saw the picture of him. You saw the picture of him on the bench. How
his
depleted.
girlfriend's gonna
can-
break up with him,
Bro,
bro, if he doesn't get
He'll
minutes.
still have the chances to go on loan. He just turned 18.
Even if it is 150, I agree with that. That's a decent price for Mbappe still. But the thing is, like I said, you could have used that money for something else.
This Mbappe signing it's been pre-planned. It was gonna happen regardless. Like,
But that's the thing, though. Like Parson mentioned it as well, because it was pre-planned and because Papa Perez was insisted on it. You could have got a Kane or something like that last year if you didn't hold out for Mbappe or anything like that. That's the thing, and I think that would have been a better fit because even Cruz is leaving.
so that's 5 years of Mbappe versus like potentially, like at most 2 perfect years from Kane.
Watched Lewandowski has more goals than Mbappe.
Dude,
He's
okay,
30
like that's recency bias, Barca. Come on, this been
No,
4
but,
games.
but it's because he's a striker and he's playing in a team that has these
Okay,
banger
listen.
wingers and they're servicing him. And you could have had the same thing, bro. That's what I'm
Okay, but
saying.
it's not like Mbappe has totally flopped it. Okay, they played
Yeah,
5
but flop.
games.
No, yo,
so
I'm not.
far.
I'm
He
not
has
judging
3
him. I'm just
goals
saying
start, but like,
Ancelotti's a little uncomfortable with this. He's
you know, like
compromising, bro.
it's gonna come. They're gonna gel, but at one point, like eventually, they're gonna start gelling. They're gonna.
I think the gel can come at a sacrifice, bro. At other player performances, I genuinely
That's the
think
thing, yeah.
That's a valid opinion, valid thing to
cannot
say.
thrive. It won't work.
When we put good players together, they're gonna find a way to.
Galacticos.
Okay, Galacticos was more of a market. They didn't fit each other's profiles.
And these mans
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, they do because.
Bro, there's 3 mans that are preferred left wingers, bro.
Okay, but Rodrigo's only played like few games at left wing last year. Like Rodrigo's gonna be
Rodrigo was a left winger when you got him, and he said on media, all 3 of them, literally, you have video proof of them saying that I prefer to be left
Okay,
winger.
but Rodrigo at all his Real Madrid career has been mostly on the right, and
Because he had to, bro. Poor guy.
Okay,
I feel
but
bad for him.
But like because he's developed that mentality, he's like, I'm gonna succeed there. That's what made him stay at Real Madrid till now, and
Till
he's
now.
been successful.
Exactly, till now.
Okay,
We'll see that impact.
No, you guys, no, everything you guys said, like that's very valid, like very good points to bring up. But saying Mbappe is gonna be a great signing is not a hot take, man.
I just don't think
Worst
he
case,
would be my number 1 because I don't think he was necessary.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah,
no,
which
right.
is why he's 3rd for me.
You think he's more likely to win a Ballon d'Or at Madrid compared to PSG?
more likely, yes. Just because like winning at Real Madrid, like obviously elevates players more, especially. But
He was trying to throw a curveball to say that they're PR mans, basically. You see, he was like winning that ball, and he was like, how do I rephrase this?
Nah, listen, don't put words in my mouth, man. But like winning, it has to be Champions League though. Like if he doesn't win the Champions League, he's not gonna win the Ballon d'Or. So that's why he came to Real Madrid.
You guys think Real Madrid's favorite for champs this year?
I think it's City.
I think the bookies say it's City, but like, you guys personally think it's City?
Yeah.
I still think it's City.
To be honest, it's hard to predict with this new format.
That's,
I mean,
yeah, but I think
yes,
on
City.
paper it's City as well, because even last year, in my opinion, City did play better than Madrid.
the second leg, in the first leg, Real Madrid could have won. Like, bro, like there was some missed chances. You're laughing, but in the second leg, we had to hold on. City at home, obviously, we defended, got them to penalties, won the game. We did what we needed to do. We don't always have to dominate.
Mhm.
You don't always have to dominate a game to like win it. This is a 2-legged tie, so you just gotta grind it out. Especially playing against like a team like City at home.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
No
I think
one's gonna dominate City at home.
I think that
Even-
type
They
of
play
game.
better, bro.
I think
They
that
play
time.
better, bro.
Yeah, so they play better.
No, they played better the second leg. I think the first leg they scored like 2 bangers. I feel like Real
What did
Madrid
you score?
should have won that game.
Who scored for you guys?
Valverde, Rodrigo.
Was that not a banger?
It was a banger, yeah. But I'm saying like Man City's goal came more out of nowhere.
I just feel like overall, if you play that tie last year, like 8 times out of 10, City wins it the way that it went, in my
But
opinion.
it's not. We won the Champions League.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying. But that's why I'm saying why I have them as my number 1 this year.
No,
No.
City's
I
probably
wouldn't argue
favorite
that.
there.
Like City, past 2-3 years been top team, man. Hard to beat. Like
Hopefully they win the treble, bro. Jasper's rooting for that.
hell nah, bro.
There you go, guys. That is our top 10 transfers. Number 1, Mbappe, as we said. Let us know if we missed anyone. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys think Kylian Mbappe will do this season as well. From everyone at Footy Gents, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Peace.